Hey gang, DVD collector, I'm back in the throne room. and it's Monday, so it is Horoscope. And this week is something special. We're going to celebrate Freddy. So it is Nightmare on Elm Street week. We're going to go in order. I'll start it off with the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and we will finish up with Claire with part 7 on Sunday. I'm going to readjust this. I don't like that. Sorry. Anyway, Nightmare on Elm Street. This is the Blu-ray box set that I got from a trade with Notorious 7, who wanted my slipcovers for whatever reason, so that's what I got for this. Of course, written and directed by Wes Craven, starring Heather Langenkamp, and one of my personal favorite actors, Johnny Depp, in his very early role. Let's talk about Wes Craven first. I'm not a huge Wes Craven fan. I prefer the remake of Hills Have Eyes over the original. I know he produced and it was on his story, but he's one of those directors that I respect what he's doing and what he's done. But he's also one of those directors that I just think gets lucky from time to time, and it's happened twice for him. Originally, I don't consider Last House on the Left luck. I mean, yeah, its shock value was amazing. People swarmed to this film originally because of it. I'm not a big fan. The whole shock rape stuff just doesn't, I like a good revenge film, but whatever. I'm not going to get into my personal thoughts of that. It's just, I don't think it was that great. The Hills Have Eyes, another, drive-in-esque shock value movie, which I enjoyed. I did enjoy the original Hills Have Eyes. I do like the remake better, but and then he goes on to make Hills Have Eyes 2, which is, without the lack of better words, complete dog shit. Especially, I think it came out the same year as Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, Nightmare on Elm Street, I believe he got lucky, and there's a lot of people that get lucky like this. George Lucas, I think, was lucky with Star Wars. It came at the right time, with the right story. And Wes Craven's another one like that. And it happened again with Scream, where he tried to revitalize the slasher film, and it did good. And I like Scream. I like the original Scream, and I like Scream 4. And then he's got some really crap fest movies in there that, on the essence of Cursed and Red Eye and stuff like that I'm just not a big fan of. But Nightmare on Elm Street, yes, first and foremost, with the exception of part 2, which I don't really like a lot. I like 1 and 3 the best. But we're here to talk about the original Nightmare on Elm Street. This movie we don't really see too much of Freddy's story for the first half of the film. But we know that later on that Freddy is killing the children of the people that killed him. And the dream sequences are beautiful. The scene with Nancy in the bed and Freddy coming through the wall made of latex is just always talked about when you talk about Freddy and Nightmare on Elm Street. The score in this movie is spectacular. Some of the most iconic scenes, some of the blood, is phenomenal. The scene in the bathtub, for instance, with Heather Langenkamp, with the glove coming up between her legs and pulling her down to the tub. I took the privilege this time, because I've seen this movie so many times. I watched it with commentary on from, I know it was Wes and Heather Langenkamp. I don't remember who else was in it, because they did most of the talking. Maybe a producer or one of the lighting guys. But they talk in great detail on that scene of how they filmed that in a pool with garbage bags, and it was just really interesting. And they let you know, what was going on in this scene, what was going on in this scene. I watch commentary in a lot of movies, but this one really stood out to me on a director that I don't really care for. I kind of gained new ground with him, if that makes sense. I'm looking forward to revisiting some Wes Craven stuff. Having him talk me through A Nightmare on Elm Street, a movie that I do like, kind of brought new light to him, and I can't wait to go revisit this. Now, basically, Freddy is an entity that's in the dream world. He was killed, so he's back for his revenge, and he comes through dreams. Now, this idea comes from a bunch of articles that Wes Craven read about kids dying, and basically these kids had articles were written about these kids that had died and complained that they couldn't go to sleep. They were scared of dying in their sleep. They were having bad dreams or whatever. And this sparked an interest with Wes Craven, and he wrote the script for this. And of course they made this. Now there's 7 of these movies, not including Freddy vs. Jason. And 1, 3, and 7 are by far the best. 7 being the one you'll see Claire, and that's Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah. And then 3 will be Ross, I think, will be Dream Child. Or Dream Master. And that's one where they're super powered. So definitely check it out. The transfer is really good. I was kind of apprehensive because I had the old Snapper Case box set for so many years. I was kind of apprehensive, but when I was offered a trade with Notorious 7, he wanted my slip covers, so I sent him about, I don't even know, 400 or 500 slip covers for DVDs that were just in a box. I was literally going to take them to recycle when I got this trade offer, and he said he's seen this on my wish list. Would I like it? Yes, absolutely. Fair trade for me. Not so much for you, brother, but whatever. But anyway, check out the rest of the guys' week. It's Freddy week, and it's one I've been looking forward to for a long time. I did watch the first 4 so far again, and I had not watched any of them on Blu-ray. I was saving it for this week. This was a week that I came up with. So there it is, Nightmare on Elm Street. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for.